The Three Sides to a Story is a pop culture podcast provided as a public service, but is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by Three Sides to a Story or the hosts. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the podcast does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed on Three Sides to a Story are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the view of any entities they represent or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact 502-696-5300 and ask Daniel Cameron why he didn't arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
Yo, you are now rocking with Three Sides to the Story, the pop culture podcast for the people. They say there's three sides to a story, one side, the other side of what it really is. Each episode will tackle topics from three perspectives, try to get to the truth. It's your boy Tony B with the homies Rex, Cruz, and Aubrey. Follow us on Instagram at Three Sides to a Story, on Twitter at Three Sides Pod, on Facebook at Three Sides Podcast. Subscribe, tune in, and turn us up on all your podcast platforms.
You're not rocking with the best.
What up, what up? We back in the booth.
Back in the booth.
Go Bears.
Yo, how many times y'all look at some of y'all homegirls' pictures and they tag their friends, and then you go back and look at their pictures too? How often y'all do that?
The friends pictures?
Yeah, like when they take a picture like that, and you see, you're like, oh,
That's an interesting
how often
friend.
How often do you go through those friends and see who they are?
You got to at least check one or two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Make sure that
At
they
least.
dealing with the right people because they your friend.
Yeah, you wouldn't want them in bad company.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
It's all about the consideration of the friends. Trust me.
That's a fact.
Facts. Gentlemen. Yo, but what were you saying, Rex, about the Bears?
Bear down.
Bear down.
What they said they was eating W's coming out of Vegas.
That's what they were saying?
That's what they were saying. I saw them on the field eating W's, eating dubs.
Oh, shit, man.
What they was talking about in Green Bay, Aubrey.
Nail
biter,
man.
a nail biter down to the end.
No, man. Listen, man. Like we have a culture of winning. That's what's great about us, man. We have a culture of winning. So a bad year is a bad century for us. So we take it personal. Like we all about we win, man. Like that's our winning culture. Like shout out to the Brewers. Shout out to the NBA champions, Milwaukee Bucks, and shout out to the all-time winning Super Bowl team, Green Bay Packers.
Tied with the Bears.
Yeah, I think we are. I think y'all might actually have one more. In a weird way, I think y'all do have one more.
It's tied. It's tied.
No, because y'all have one of those other rings that wasn't before we got the Super Bowl. Y'all had like a World ring or something.
World Bowl or whatever.
The World Bowl.
I feel like Rex would
No, it's tied.
Yeah.
It's tied.
Yeah.
If it definitely wasn't tied, I would let you
He
know.
all right. But, I mean, yeah.
We have more Hall of Famers, but it's tied on the rings.
Yeah.
On the total rings, totality.
On the total. You guys were talking about going to that game.
You ain't going? You wouldn't go?
I mean, I might could go.
Just for the the friendly hangout?
No. Tony B can't come, man. He already said he wasn't gonna go, and it's in Green Bay, man. They don't take kindly to.
I was just trying to be polite,
to
so
little
I didn't
brown
sound like a
people.
dick. But
Have the Colts ever been in Green Bay before?
I don't know, man.
I think they won the last time they was in Green Bay. To be honest with you,
Do they ever? No, for real. Do they ever play?
Yes.
They play sometimes. That shit probably random.
No,
as
we
hell.
did. I feel like we played back in the day way more than we do now. I feel
No,
like
but we have played a couple times recently.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember playing y'all a lot back in the day. I always remember like Peyton Manning and Brett Favre and
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers a little bit, but more Brett Favre.
More Brett Favre. Yeah.
That's when we had like Robert Brooks, and it was always like Aaron Rodgers,
Daniel Cobb, not
Brett
Daniel,
Favre,
Randall Cobb.
Robert Brooks, and then it was always Peyton and
Marvin Harrison and
Nah,
Reggie Wayne.
who
Reggie Wayne and Marvin
Reggie
Harrison.
Wayne. Yeah, they always compare Reggie Wayne to like Robert Brooks. No, Robert Brooks is compared to
I think it's
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison, and then Reggie Wayne was compared to somebody else on our squad that we had. Like maybe it was Andre Rison or something like that. Or it was a slot receiver that we always compared him to.
Andre Rison?
Yeah, remember Andre Rison got a ring with us.
Yeah, but he was in the league before Reggie and
No, I mean he played with Brett Favre. Remember?
Probably for like 4
And
years.
Robert Brooks.
But he played with the Falcons before that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
Falcons
he was with the
as his
Falcons
team.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like they wouldn't compare him to
Nigga, I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
to somebody who's
I'm saying it was a slot.
man.
No, it was a
Compare
slot
you to
receiver.
Shorty.
No, it was a slot receiver that they used to compare him to because Reggie Wayne was a slot, right?
Oh yeah.
So it was a slot that we had that we always compared him to, as we compared the wide out to somebody else that we had, like Robert Brooks or.
But
it was Robert
Colts,
Brooks.
but Reggie wasn't necessarily like 100% slot though, because remember they had Dallas Clark and those cats.
Yeah, but he was
that.
slower than everybody else, but he had nice hands.
He did have nice.
You know what I mean? He had nice hands. He was catching everything thrown in 2 or 3 feet of him. Like he was grabbing everything.
He looked like somebody's uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
like you.
Yeah, going back to the Bears real quick.
this nigga
They said
Rex.
Justin Fields. He threw his first touchdown pass of the season in that game.
Yes,
Is that right?
pass, yeah.
Dope,
He's ran
dope.
for like 3 or some shit or whatever, but you crazy.
How y'all feeling about him?
This nigga Rex looked like, what was the name of the coach for the Vikings? The black dude, Dennis Green.
This nigga crazy.
He looked like a skinny Dennis Green.
The Bears are who we thought they were. Now, like Justin Fields been all right, because he ain't been making a lot of mistakes. He ain't putting up like, world-breaking numbers, I guess, if you would say that. But he didn't have. He might only have 1 interception. No, but that's the thing. He's not making timely turnovers.
Y'all doing dude wrong. In my opinion, man, like, I feel like how Chicago looks at football is not the right way, man. Like it was weird, man, when they drafted dude, I'm like, oh, that's a great pick.
You mean the
right?
coach, how they use
or
him.
the organization,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
How they
yeah.
use them.
How they use them.
Right.
It's the
So,
play calling.
I think it's the decision making, right? Like,
That's
When
what they've
we-
been saying on. Some of the
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
like when you think about, and I'm not saying, I'm not talking about the Packers because I love them. I'm just saying because of, like, how they took A-Rod and sat him on a bench for 4 or 5 years just to watch and learn. Like, homeboy didn't even hit the field. I feel like that kid could have been in that position, man, like to watch some of the vets that's playing now. Like, because y'all drafted 2 vets. Not drafted, but y'all traded
Yeah,
for
sign
2.
trade. But that was what they were doing. But Buddy hurt his knee.
I know, but then you still got another one.
That nigga was.
I mean, like, take a loss, man. Like, because you building for the future. It's not like you got to put him out there. He gonna be. Everybody's not gonna be. What's that kid from Kansas City?
Mahomes,
Everybody ain't gonna be that dude or the other dude from Baltimore.
Lamar
Like,
Jackson, or
yeah,
whatever.
like,
Nah, but still, yeah.
like that kid should have sat for a while, man. And sometimes you break a kid's spirit, man. Like when you.
But he's winning though.
Yeah, he isn't. Well, he's won 1.
No, that's like his second, third game.
No,
But
he
it's
didn't finish that first game.
But Aubrey.
Yeah, he did.
On the flip.
No, he either came in late or he came in early.
He came
didn't
in.
finish it.
He didn't start it.
And then he finished it in 1.
He finished it in 1.
So he got.
That was the game Buddy hurt his knee.
So he got 2.
Oh,
he got
snap.
2 wins.
So he's got 2. Then he had his first official start last week, and then this was his second start.
Got you. Yeah, I just feel like they just let motherfuckers tee off on him like too much, man.
Well, that was what they did the first game.
Yeah,
that he,
yeah.
And this last game, I saw them. They was teeing off on him. They was tearing Buddy up all over the field.
I didn't see the game.
But the Bears won like what, 20-9 or something?
20-9.
Who y'all played?
The Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you was talking big shit about it.
I thought
You was
the Raiders
talking big
was gonna
shit to
win
me.
that. And they played.
In
Oakland,
Vegas,
right?
nigga.
Or
In Vegas.
That's a tough win.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a
but
tough win.
even though it was, I don't want to say only 20-9. It was 29, but they also held Derek Carr to no
Derek
touchdowns.
Oh, snap.
And they was, no. So I mean,
Well, we know Derek Carr ain't that nice.
last week Derek Carr was top 10 quarterback. Now he ain't that nice.
To who? To you?
No, not to me.
Oh, that's what he was saying?
But just and this week, the Raiders gonna bang y'all. Y'all niggas
I thought
ain't
the
even
Raiders
be
was
in the
gonna
game.
bang y'all, for
Y'all
real.
ain't even gonna be in the game. Raiders gonna get out there. That ain't even a fair matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I definitely
now
thought
the
that.
Raiders ain't that much.
I don't know about that, but I thought y'all was gonna lose that game for sure.
20-9.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, man. That's fantastic.
Going back to what you were saying about playing him too early, though, but on the flip side of that, like if they don't, then doesn't it lead to like other teams potentially coming to poach you, or or not even just that, like you wanting to get out of the contract, from a player perspective, right? Like a young guy that's like, I feel like I'm good enough to lead one of these teams now. Why I gotta wait behind this guy? You know what I mean? Like
You
because
got lesser niggas coming out and starting and winning.
yeah, because like when you were talking about Rodgers, like they made him
down.
sit and that's like I applaud that 100% because that's what I thought like the Colts should have done with Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, like followed that fucking blueprint, and I still think they should have done that. That was such a smart move by the Packers to do that, right? Like.
Sometimes Mogs ain't got that time to sit back and wait though, and
But-
then
but
also
that-
how the bread works out.
But that's what I'm saying. On the flip side of that, Andrew Luck was gonna be like everyone was trying to get him from a quarterback.
Yeah,
right?
that's
that
what
was
I'm-
looking
yeah,
for a quarterback,
I
right?
mean, but it takes years to get a quarterback. You can't just like have
it takes
a
at
pass.
least 3 years.
Yeah, it takes some time before you can just go pick a quarterback from a team and
But
take
that's
him out.
about 3 years though. If you're saying 3-4 years, about
Yeah,
that time
3
you
or
can
4
start.
years is fine. Like you got to understand, man. That's what.
But that's also
and
if you
business
have
in general, right? Like
real quick. But that's also if you have Brett Favre or Peyton Manning. The Bears right now didn't have anybody.
Kansas City didn't have nobody.
They had actually. Buddy waited. He sat back, but then he hurt his knee.
No, I'm saying they didn't have anybody like that was going to lead the franchise.
No, G, they had what's Buddy name? What's his name? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank.
For the
Smith,
Bears?
Alex Smith, Kansas City.
Yeah, I can see how you would rock with him.
No, that was the guy because remember they traded for him from San Francisco. Yeah. So that was their money guy.
Yeah.
And then he ended up obviously. I mean, I think he might be playing this year. I know he was last year, but anyway, on track. But he was the one that what's the kid? Mahomes was supposed to be sitting behind him.
I mean, man, I guess the question becomes, man, like in sports and business and whatever you're going to be dealing with, like
When it's go time,
do you start somebody that has no experience but has the confidence and the ability to like
the skills and the
to do
tools.
it under pressure,
Yeah.
or do you go with one of the cats that you know is tried and true that's going to get you maybe
got
a
the
win,
stripes, yeah.
but he ain't going to have a ton of you know what I mean? He ain't going to make you look bad. He's just going to do the job.
He's gonna get it done.
Yeah. Like, do you take the loss for a year or two, or do you jump right, head in?
But it also depends on what the overall expectations are. If you have, if you paying in business, if you spending money on the offense, on the defense, the Khalil Mack and some of these other name brand cats, you're trying to win now.
Yeah, but I think that goes like going back to what you said, like what that
anything,
industry
but-
or whatever it is. Like, I think that's the thing. Like sometimes it's like it depends if it's a long play or a short play, right? Like
If you building up,
yeah, like if you like, man, I got to get this done real quick. Like boom, boom, boom. It's
Well, answer this then. I mean, maybe y'all can answer this. I can't answer it. Who took a short play, got a quarterback, and within 2 years, it was a quarterback that was playing previously, right? Brought him to the team, and they won a Super Bowl.
Tampa Bay.
That's man, come on, bro.
I mean, but that's what you just said, though.
Well, yeah. I'm saying like a new quarterback, like
a new quarterback.
yeah,
that
like
came,
a newer, like within 5 years. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get
Kansas City, they went and
Kansas City, yeah.
drafted him.
Who?
Kansas City. Didn't Lamar? No, Lamar didn't make the Super Bowl. He only made the conference finals,
He made the final, not the finals,
the championship game.
conference game or whatever.
conference game. But yeah, no, it's hard to find like a old school or a quarterback that's been in the
Conference.
game for a minute, bring them in, and then they win a Super Bowl. Like that's tough.
Wait, you
man.
mean a young? I'm confused. Say it again.
Like a vet? So let's say a vet in the NFL is like 5 years in. Let's say that, right? If you go get a vet and bring him into your situation, whatever team you own, and he starts immediately, how many times have you seen those guys win a Super Bowl?
What's that time frame? What's that window?
Oh, I mean, I would say 3 years to be successful.
Maybe Drew Brees.
Where did Drew Brees? Oh,
He was back.
Oh.
He was backing up Phil Rivers.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably someone else in there too.
It may be, man, but it's hard. It's far and
nobody
few in
big
between,
name
man.
like that.
Nah.
Drew Brees, shout out to Purdue.
Shout out to Purdue.
You knew that
But
was
typically,
coming.
right, like the cats that win the rings in a weird
You always
way.
got to bring it back to Indiana, don't
Always.
I was
Yeah,
at
you gotta
Purdue
bring
when
it
Drew
back,
Brees
yo.
was there.
He ain't gonna let it slide.
I went to Purdue. He was the quarterback.
Him and Drew Brees was in study hall together doing homework.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that guy. But shout out to Purdue.
Drew Brees was copying off his
Holler at
homework.
Purdue.
You already know it.
Shout out to Beanie Siegel.
Yo, but is it easier to draft a quarterback to go to the NFL? I mean, go to the Super Bowl with, or is it harder to pick somebody up and draft them and then or not draft them, but trade for them and then get
Wait,
a
what?
Super Bowl? Like, what's the easiest way to get to a Super Bowl with a quarterback? Like drafting them from college and raising him up, or is it easier to find the best quarterback that's available
Trade.
in trades?
I
Which
think
way would you rather go?
I would play the long game and go with the.
I would go the long game too. I would draft.
quarterback
But the
up.
draft, you're not guaranteed.
You know,
I mean, neither are guaranteed. But
Well,
you
yeah,
can
how you
depends.
do it?
It depends where you are as a franchise, right?
Yeah.
If you're like a team on the verge of you just need that one extra piece, then the other
a
guy
trade.
yeah, the trade is gonna make the more sense. But if you're a team that's like we gotta like build
we're
from
still building
yeah,
pieces.
then the quarterback is obviously the
so
play, right?
back to the point. That's what the Bears should have been doing.
But
But they threw this kid on Front Street
they
like he was supposed to win. Like they should have been building.
Yeah.
no.
I
But
hear what you're saying.
the Bears. It's interesting, right? Because it's like, all right. So and understanding it accurately, I'd say probably 5 years, 4 years. The Bears were like Super Bowl bound, right?
No.
Hold on.
When?
The double doink year,
What?
hold on. Right? The boink boink. Beto,
Fuck this nigga talking about.
yo, you ain't from Chicago. The year that Buddy missed the kick against.
Who? Robbie Gold.
Beto don't know. He in there
No,
looking
shit.
it up on the computer right now. He has no idea.
Cody,
what
I
you're
can't
talking
remember his name. Cody.
Nobody knows.
We all know. Everybody know.
Okay.
Beto ain't even sitting in here.
No, he
So
don't give
anyway,
a
so
fuck
the
about what you
following
talking
year,
about.
so the following year,
This nigga
the year that
talking
the year the Bears got
Out of here, Rex.
yeah, this thing is crazy. Buddy got coach of the year, the Bears coach, right?
Who? Matt
Nagy.
Yeah.
He got coach of the year.
Matt Nagy, he got coach of the year?
Yeah,
What
that's
year?
what I'm saying. It was
No, you tripping, bro.
The
Matt
second
Nagy
year?
has never
Yes, he
won. No,
did.
it has not, bro.
Coach.
the
Somebody
Bears
play
lost to the
years.
Rams. That's what it was. 13-9 and 12-9 in the playoff game. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, yo, don't
Matt
fact check
Nagy
us.
won Coach of the year.
Yes.
Nah, I don't believe
Damn.
that shit.
Pull it up on your phone, man. I'm trying to tell y'all that's the year you ain't from Chicago, so you don't know the double doink year. The year, hey Beto, where you at?
I'm right here.
Yo, they don't know the double doink? What's our man's name? Or not our
Man, he
man.
don't know, bro.
Oh, the kicker with the double doink that ended the
See?
season?
Exactly.
Oh, no, here it goes. It says Chicago Bears head coach Matt Negro was named the NFL Coach of the Year award winner Saturday, beating out the Los Angeles.
Was that
Chargers.
Cody Parkey with the double
Cody
doink?
Parkey. Cody Parkside or some shit. Parkside, Parkey or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all still got Matt Nagy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our head coach.
So that year, anyway.
Hold on, so he been here since 2019?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So that year, not saying so the Rams ended up making it to the Super Bowl, and the Bears lost to them in like the NFC Conference Championship game. The Bears were down by 2 points, and the kicker like shanked a 20-yard kick.
Yeah.
Yo, how did
Literally double doink. Literally hit the bar twice.
Boink, boink. It hit the bar and then hit the other bar. And then,
so
yeah,
I get the
okay,
double
I
boink
remember
now.
that
Oh,
shit.
boink,
Yeah, yeah,
boink.
yeah.
you remember? All right, so anyways, now I done lost the whole thing. We're talking about 5 years, right?
Yo, so how does it feel, man, like to have heartbreak for like 20, 30 years?
It sucks.
So the Bears
Thank
run
you,
away.
Beto.
So the Bears run away to Super Bowl.
Bears, the Bulls and Bears.
Right.
How's it feel?
How's it feel to be from Milwaukee?
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's how it is from Chicago, G.
Oh, so like losing and you still feel fantastic?
We have, we have some team that wins.
No, I'm
every
saying
few
no,
years.
you don't. No, you
The
don't.
Blackhawks won 3 championships already
Oh,
in the
yeah.
20s. In the
What
in
black
the
people
20s.
watch hockey, bro? Black people don't watch hockey.
I do. I know a
I
handful
know you
that
do. Yeah, a handful. Exactly right. A handful is 5 people. And you probably know like 70,000 people. A handful.
But what I'm saying, we got the basketball team, we got the hockey team, we got the girls team, we got the soccer team. So it's always something winning.
I'm excited
in Chicago.
I'm excited for y'all team though this year. Basketball.
The Bulls.
So
I'm
you're
hyped
always
to see
winning
them
because
cats,
of quantity.
Because we still have top sports teams across
they
the
gotta
board.
go. They gotta go quantity. They don't have quality.
Across the board.
Yeah, they got quantity, so they're gonna win something.
But when we win, our teams, the Bulls, most dominant, record-breaking team. The Bears, when they won, all-time, all-time historic.
What was our latest championship? Was it the Cubs 2016?
Cubs, most historic win all-time. Everything that what I mean?
Hold on. Breaking news. Hold on. I gotta say this real quick.
That it's 7-3.
No, John Gruden out as Las Vegas head coach. John Gruden is out as the Las Vegas Raiders head coach.
As of today?
A source confirmed to ESPN Adam Schefter on Monday.
No,
Hold on.
No, that's not why.
No, it gets
It's
iller.
because he said.
Hold on, yo. Raiders owner Mark Davis arrived at the team's facility a couple of hours ago and went to find Gruden. A source told Schefter the two men met and Gruden no longer will be the Raiders head coach. The source said. The news comes in the wake of a New York Times report that Gruden used misogynistic and anti-gay language in numerous emails during the 7-year period. NFL Network was first to report Gruden's departure from the team.
Yeah, bro, this is
wow.
That's crazy that's what happened because they were just talking about this on ESPN. They were saying who needs to.
That's big. Bro.
So
how
this started was like there was it's about his emails. He sent an email where he said something racist about a black player or another black coach or something.
It's sexual though. It was like
but this is how it started.
Oh, got you.
So he sent this email about this whatever, but he wasn't a coach or and tied to the NFL at that time. It was after the Tampa Bay.
Wow.
It was when he was with ESPN. So they were saying who should be in charge for punishing him, essentially, the NFL and the Raiders or ESPN.
Oh, so they was waiting to see what they was going to do.
And now this
that's nuts,
just popped
bro.
up.
That's
Damn.
nuts. Yeah, can you, listen, so I know you got to get on topic, Tony, but, can you imagine being one of the illest coaches in the NFL right now, knowing your time is about to be called to be the head coach, and John Gruden gets fired, and then they call your number, and it was like,
you gotta be the coach.
And imagine like us, or like they like, we want you to come to Vegas in this new stadium we just built.
Yeah.
And you can come be the head coach. Dude, that might be the hottest job in the country right now in sports. That job?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeremy, too. Jeremy did a lot with that building.
Project Art, right?
Yeah, doing all that. Like, dude, that stadium is fucking amazing. And can you imagine being the coach, being called there to go take over the Raiders?
After he lost,
I wonder
to the
who
Bears.
that's gonna be. But the Raiders, they don't take punk ass coaches. They go after big
name brand niggas.
They go after big names. I'm gonna love to see who they go after, man. That's crazy.
I mean, Gruden was a huge name before all this happened.
He left from Monday Night Football, wasn't it? Or
remember, he didn't coach for a long time.
Nah, for a long time. Yeah,
but he won a championship. Then he went to the Raiders.
But a lot of his players are like
Tampa
defending
Bay.
him. They saying.
With Trent Dilfer, with the defense.
Yeah,
with
he
Warren
was
at Tampa
niggas.
Bay?
He was at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Before, after Dungy, right? Yeah, after
when
Dungy.
after
Dungy left, and
then he took over.
Assistant, I think. Yeah.
No,
he came to Indy,
and then he went to. Then they brought him to the Raiders once, right?
I feel like he was at the Raiders for a minute.
He was.
He brought him there. Then they brought him to the Raiders, and then he took him to the Super Bowl.
No, he's at the. Yeah,
and then so he won the Super Bowl with the Bucks. Then he took him to the Raiders. He took them to the Super Bowl like the year right away,
and then he quit or whatever.
Something. Then he went to the booth, and then they brought him back. Then they brought him back to the Raiders.
That's unfortunate, man, because he started in Green Bay.
The year that
I hate to have any Knicks on our
shit. John Gruden started in Green Bay.
Championship legacy. He was a quarterback.
He was a quarterback
coach, right? Yeah.
He's like the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, man, damn. Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy. So, y'all should thank us for giving y'all real live time news. You know what I mean?
So is that kind of that's kind of cancel culture, right? Because racist comments, misogynistic comments.
Can't tolerate none of that shit nowadays. Not saying nowadays as you were putting it. I didn't mean it to sound like that, but I mean,
you saw
specifically can't even have it anywhere in your system.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that staying on coaches, or you saw that shit about Urban Meyer.
Yo,
Yo,
that motherfucker was rubbing some booty meat.
so they said that nigga might have been doing that shit on.
He was like rubbing the booty, right? He was drinking cognac.
They said no.
It's his bar too, so
real quick,
owns
Tony.
that bar.
So they were saying that he might have been doing that on purpose
For what? To get fired?
Why?
to get fired so he can step down.
Damn, that's a really dumb way to go about getting fired, man.
But look,
he could have smoked weed in the
and then they said
locker room or some
this
shit.
is what the kind of behind the scenes was saying that he was doing, because obviously it's in his place, right? It wasn't like he was like out of town or doing some shit. It was in his place, and then I guess the USC position just opened up, so they were saying he'll probably step down out of this, and then next year take. I'm just getting what the niggas was saying.
But on the flip side of that, they're saying
Jacksonville ain't doing shit. He already been like.
But on the flip side of that, players were saying like, ain't nobody respect this dude in the locker room anymore.
That's what I'm trying to. That's why
if he goes to even to college.
The nigga Urban Meyer's a legend in college.
Hold on, they said that people didn't respect him in NFL?
In Jacksonville, yeah, they was saying they ain't really fucking with that nigga.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they lost the game, and then he said, I have to stay in Ohio or whatever. And it was like a tough loss or some shit too, I think, to the Bengals. And basically he was like, he didn't fly home with the team. He was like, I gotta stay.
That team wasn't in Jacksonville. I mean, that bar wasn't in Jacksonville.
No, it was in Ohio. Because was that Ohio State?
Hold on, so they played Cleveland?
Huh? Cincinnati or something.
Cincinnati. So, and it was like a tough loss, and then he was like, "Yo, y'all go on and go home, and I'm gonna
chilling here."
And then taking all these pictures. That's what I'm saying. That shit, it was like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like dude was like cruising down the street, him and like his dip, and they caught him like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was in
the nigga was in there posed up, like, chilling, kicking it.
People, and
so I saw the picture. So the people that didn't see the picture, I think it was somebody taking a picture or a video of Urban Meyer from like a horizontal kind of point. It was
like off to the side or whatever.
Off to the side.
Dip like
and I feel like I saw him have some brown liquor. And he was drinking.
Yeah, whiskey type
and
shit.
And then was he hugging on old girl or like
she was like grinding on him and kind of like touching her.
It was a white chick?
White chick.
Oh, yeah.
She was grinding on him and he was sitting on the bar stool.
He's probably drinking Martell.
Or that $3,000 cognac.
Yeah, hell no. He's a scumbag. He was drinking Martell.
Bro, he was, man, that like it was just such incriminating evidence.
But that's
like
it didn't seem like so obvious though. It didn't seem like so obvious
to him.
Nah, not when you man. We all been at the point where it's just like, yo, sometimes you in a situation, dog, and like 20 seconds don't mean nothing.
He's like, I don't give a fuck about this piece,
and you will
right?
risk everything, bro. Like, not us, because we all, black men don't cheat. But some cats will sit around and that 20 seconds, dog, and you know what that 20 seconds is, because it's like, I'm gone.
Right.
And you don't give a fuck. And it's like, that shit is like harmony and shit. It's just like, it's happening, man. Like,
I hear that for him specifically.
Oh, it's harmony.
Bro, is you're the, like, when all eyes on you, like.
Dude, it don't change. Why would it change?
I know, but damn, like, that's risking.
Why would it change?
I know what you were saying, like, risking everything, but this is risking, like, everything.
Like I said, he said he want to step away.
Yo, so cats like that could be like, yo, like he could take any chick or any human being he wants to his private area in that bar, right? And he knows he has the opportunity to do that. He don't have to sit out there. But it's that risk point. That
that's
15 to 20 seconds where he don't give a fuck. Like,
that's true.
And that's the worst mistake you'll make. That 15 to 20 seconds will change your whole life, man.
I mean, shout out to him, man. He was basically like, I'm
going in.
My bad, like, I shouldn't have done that shit. Like,
that's a fact.
So, I mean, we gotta accept that guy's apology and keep it moving, I think.
Keep it
right?
moving, everybody. Who gives a fuck?
Keep it moving, man. All right, so switching lanes real quick. Staying in the sports, Ben Simmons. Man, so that was going back and forth for a minute.
Now he got to show back up at work.
No, he don't. He ain't got to do nothing.
Well, he's probably going to. Or they trading him.
I don't think he's going to show up, man. I don't think he give a fuck. Man. Did y'all see the video the other day at the, it was a wrestling event? Oh, you know about wrestling, Rex. You like that shit. The fake wrestling, let's be clear. And they was like, fuck Ben Simmons.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was a whole stadium. They was like, fuck Ben
He was in there and
Simmons.
it was just.
Nah, it was just in Philly. It was in Philly.
Damn.
Nah, it's time to go, man. Like at that
That's
point,
what I was
man,
like. Now you got to show back up at work.
But
ain't
now,
going back
now
to
they
work.
say he's coming. It's close to like the talks. Like Rich Paul got involved, and there's like they're saying it's basically close to him coming back soon
To where?
To
to
Philly.
Philly.
Oh, no. I don't know.
That sounds
Like
weak
right
as hell, don't it?
before I got over here, they was saying like the talks are progressing to bring him back to Philly.
Would you even want to go back?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either, but
I wouldn't.
damn,
I mean,
what?
that would be my arch enemy.
But I guess you can go back and play to get traded.
I would try to stay in the East. You know what I mean? I would
But
try to
they
see them a
have-
couple times a year
They,
for sure.
they have, not saying like that, but saying like that, they have control of wherever he goes because they have to trade. They have to agree to the trade.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I
wouldn't
feel
do that.
that's why he's coming back. Actually, now that we're sitting here thinking about it, he's probably not coming back like, oh, I want to go play for Philly. He's probably coming back like, damn, there's no trade, so I have to get in here and then let's.
No, there's trades everywhere for that dude.
They've tried, but they're asking too much. They tried to trade him to like San Antonio.
I'm surprised he went to the Lakers, bro. Like, how much money do they fucking got, man? Like, how do these motherfuckers just keep doing this, man?
Well, I mean, now they're getting.
Is it
people
like that whole like
Yeah,
Yankees theory, like how the motherfuckers just got this endless bankroll of money?
No, but now they're getting cats at like towards the twilight of their career that aren't at
But
the
they're
same
still the
price
best
tag.
in the league.
But they're not at the same price tag as they would be based on their name.
Cats already they made their 150.
Yeah, and they're also willing to take
8.
to go to win a championship.
Ain't nobody taking
like,
$8 million to go to the Lakers.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying
Not
like,
8.
a number, but I'm saying like they're willing to say like, yo, I'll go based on I can win a ring my last year, and then
Who was in
retire.
their last year? None of those dudes that's playing in the Lakers is in their last year.
No.
Everybody,
but a lot of
everybody
them
4
are-
or 5 years
Indirectly, LeBron would be
But like,
indirectly the one
like
closest
who's
to
all
the
over
end,
there?
right?
Rondo
or Carmelo.
Carmelo.
Oh, Melo. I mean, that's one of them two, but
They on the same year.
Who else?
exactly.
I mean, like even like how long is like not saying any of these
Westbrook,
people
but
are
he's young.
reti-
Not saying young. Westbrook's like 31.
Bron, how many years has Bron been in the league? Not,
18.
again, not saying any of these people are
Bron still
retiring
got
anytime
2 or
soon.
3.
At least 2.
I'm not saying any of them are
not
retiring
3.
soon, but I'm just saying like, damn, like that's a lot of people that you can get at a lower price point.
Dude, if anybody could get those players at that price point, every team in the league would have been going at them. They couldn't get them. That's that Rich Paul effect, man. That dude changed the whole NBA.
He did, but
bro.
but how does that
changed the
impact
whole NBA.
the Lakers'
It affects the Lakers.
bottom
because
line?
his
I mean,
guy is
like
there.
their salary.
That's like me and you doing business, and you like, man, listen, I got $1 billion. Help me build a fantastic team. Nigga, I'm gonna get everybody I can go get. The
Oh, I
best
feel
of the
what
best.
you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Like it's hard.
But
It's hard to like compete
Danny
against
Green
that.
wasn't Danny Green? No, maybe not.
Nah, Danny Green. What we talking about Danny Green for?
Well, because I thought he was one of Rich Paul people because he was there, but he's gone.
Yeah, nah, dude, they have. Hold on, let's talk about who they have. This is ridiculous, right? They got Aaron Davis.
Who?
Anthony Davis. They got LeBron. They got Carmelo Anthony. They have. Come on, help me out, fellas. They have
Westbrook,
They have Westbrook. They have every.
They have
Rondo.
Rondo.
D. Howard.
D.
Howard.
Dude, come on, dude. Like, come on, man. That's not cool, man. Like, I don't care how you look at it, man. That's some wild shit, bro. Like,
But you know how fun that would be though if you're a player on that team though, like if you're one of them.
But that's
dudes,
like getting all your guys to come play together too, right? Like,
Yeah,
y'all come work. We got spots. Come work over here.
That's like the.
It's the same shit you do.
Yeah, it's like the Rucker gang.
It's the
you know
same
what
shit what
I'm
you
saying?
do, Aubrey. Bring your guys to come work with you.
Yeah.
That's all they doing.
No, it's not.
What's the difference?
So
You
think it's not cool?
That's like me having access to, let's say, $1 billion, and I can go get all the dopest creatives in the world.
But I think everybody
But
still
then
has
hold on. But I'm still in the same league with like an agency, like a regular agency from Chicago. That's still in the game, but you got to compete with me with my $1 billion. That's terrible, bro. Like it just doesn't.
But I think that everybody has like a
You can't compete.
salary cap range that they have to adhere
No,
to.
no, Rex, come on, man.
No, they do.
That's true.
No, they do.
Anthony Davis,
No,
LeBron. I'm saying like that's not the
LA
same.
niggas don't have like a
That's not the
bigger
same
salary cap than
No,
like
that's a damn lie.
Indiana niggas.
That's a damn what? That's the whole point. That's the whole point, Rex. Is that
No, because they kinda,
do. That's how
Beto,
they-
don't they kind of
no? That's how the Yankees had it.
But
That's how the Yankees was able to spend that kind of money.
Shout out to IC Part 2.
But they kind of I don't want to say modified it, but they modified it in basketball to kind of protect that from happening.
What do you mean?
Then how is it not happening right now? What are you talking about, Rex?
What do you mean to protect it from happening?
From basically one team having way more money than another team.
Yo, Rex, what are you talking about?
I'm tripping.
What do you mean? Are you Yes.
Yeah,
What
but
are you
Let's see.
talking
There's
about?
Is there
Very like a
big
salary cap?
Yo,
But there's a
how do
very
you-
big discrepancy in how much each team has. Like
thought-
in every
Dude,
sport.
how do you
like,
pour Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Dwight Howard, who else we said? Carmelo
and they got
Anthony.
rid of Mark Gasol.
Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, then you got what's homeboy other cat. Like, come on, dude. Like,
But I don't think any teams
no, they
really,
do. They have more money depending on their market.
oh,
So
100%.
if you have a bigger market, then you have more salary cap. That's how the money is kind of spent. Like how you bring money in, how you can spend money. So they got all the bread. That's why the Yankees had all that money to spend. Remember, like, what was it, like 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago? They was buying everybody, yo.
I mean, according to Hoops Hype, you want to know what the
I
top
probably don't. It's gonna make me sick.
the top 10?
Top 10 what?
Milwaukee niggas got 3
No,
super
hold on.
contracts.
Top 10 what? Top 10 what?
Salaries.
Salaries.
Top 10 salaries in the NBA. All right, let's see.
Golden State, Brooklyn.
Hold on, who's Golden State?
Warriors.
Oh, you mean like total salary?
Yeah, the team.
Got you. Okay, so that's what, San Francisco?
All them niggas are making 35.
No, San Francisco, a very wealthy state, a wealthy city. Yeah,
They got a rich owner. Brooklyn is
very.
two.
Hold on, very wealthy.
Philadelphia.
I didn't know they had that kind of money.
I didn't realize they were going to be there either. Then it's the Clippers, the Lakers.
Clippers, Lakers. So both LA. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now this might surprise you because it's
number
surprised
6.
me. Utah.
That don't surprise me because they got 2 wives and 3 wives. So
I know, but that still surprised me. I wasn't
they
expecting.
making triple the money. All right, Utah. That's weird.
7 is
Who?
Milwaukee.
7. Milwaukee. Okay, because that's all Giannis.
No,
No, that's all Giannis. Bro.
all those other guys about.
No, Giannis got
Chris
the biggest.
Middleton got a
No.
20.
Giannis
a
is
max.
making 136.
Yeah.
Middleton got a max contract.
No, he didn't.
That's
he didn't
that's
get
a
no
full
max
salary.
contract. No, he don't have a max, yo. He make like man.
Middleton doesn't have a max contract. Tony?
No, not dude. I can tell you that myself. I know he don't have a max contract. Hell nah, you tripping, bro.
But I mean, 136. That's not just his contract.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So you said 136, but what's Giannis' contract?
I don't know. I'll find that out in a second. Then it's New Orleans and then Boston. That's the top 10.
Okay. Nah, this dude, you tripping, bro.
You said what's Giannis's contract?
No, he said that he thought that what's the name had a max.
Middleton and Drew Holiday have super contracts.
No, dude. The only person that has a super contract on our team is Giannis. Okay.
Maybe. I
All
don't
right,
know.
you look up
Well, I
Middleton.
know that. Ain't nobody super. No, dude, you tripping, bro. No. They damn near gave Giannis the entire team. Let's get off sports, man. What's
Yeah.
happening?
All right, but before we get off sports real quick, though, this last thing
Chris
I want to talk about.
Middleton makes $30.6 million a year, bro. A super contract.
That's not. No, does it say that? No, that's not a super contract.
Before we get off sports, just real quick,
Because it might be a 2-year.
I feel like we'd be remiss to not mention this. The Tyson. Did you see the Tyson
Tyson
Fury Deontay Wilder fight?
Nah, I ain't see it, but I saw the results.
Please watch the replay. Mark, did you watch it?
$178 million. He has a super contract. I didn't see it, but I saw. Nah,
That's not a super contract, bro.
bro, he's got
He's like,
$180 million. It is.
Chris Middleton.
Yes.
Okay. But go ahead. What was you saying, Tony B?
Yeah, I did see. I didn't see it, Tony.
Saw
But
Rex?
I didn't
Right.
see it, but I saw the highlights. You know what I mean? And I saw the thump downs, and I saw the memes, and they were throwing some big punches.
Yo, they are like saying this on like all the like on ESPN.
Top 5 fights.
Some of them are saying, like a lot of them actually, not some. A lot of people are saying this is the greatest heavyweight fight of all time.
Beto, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw the whole
Beto saw
thing yesterday.
Beto, what do you think that's an over exaggeration?
A little bit.
No. I wouldn't say it's an exaggeration, no.
A little bit. All-time best fight?
Yo, bro,
It's up there.
bro,
That's why I was like top
I'm-
5. I couldn't see that being.
It's up there, but
It's
I
up
mean,
there. I've never
There's
There's
seen
some
that.
big knockdowns though.
I've never seen that many haymakers.
You
thrown.
saw the whole thing, T?
Yes. Yes. I was like, because people kept saying it was the greatest fight of all time, and I'm like, yeah.
I gotta
right,
watch
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I
sent
told
the
you,
link, man.
I was watching the
I know
such
you did,
a
but
bootleg
I saw so
version.
many.
Yeah.
I saw so many of the.
The highlights.
Yes, I was like, I figured I already saw the key moments. Everything else was kind of trash. I didn't need to see.
But you know what was dope about it? Like, that's the reason I really wanted to bring it up. We were talking about this in here, like I think on the last episode or one of the other last episodes about how the Logan Paul shit and how boxing is becoming like the WWE and shit. And then like Beto said, like, this reminded me of like the shit that you miss with boxing. Like, bro, they were trying to kill each
They were
other.
trying to take
bro.
heads off.
Like, it
Aubrey,
was
you didn't
just
see it or
straight
no?
haymakers, bro, for 11 rounds.
Wow, I saw.
Right, like-
what's the name? Deontay Wilder throw a hook and he missed, and then I saw Tyson Fury came back.
Bro, he knocked Deontay Wilder. Shout out to Deontay Wilder too, because he knocked him down twice in the 4th round.
Yeah.
But bro, in the 10th round, when he started knocking him, oh man,
Yo,
shit.
and then how about Tyson Fury was in the booth with
Steve
Aoki afterwards
turning up in the club, bro.
with his shirt off with his dad body in effect.
He got them bees.
Hey,
He got them haymakers. Boy.
Hey, he threw them
Got them
hands,
bees.
right?
Got them bees. Got them
So,
bees.
but just imagine if you're just an average size, because both of them guys are huge. You know what I mean? Heavyweights, huge.
Heavyweights. Damn.
Yeah, no. You know what I mean? I guess talking about heavyweights, what about the homie Nicky Films? You know, we talking
Yo,
about cats
alright.
making big noise, cats knocking them down.
Nicky Films. I mean, that's an interesting name, right? This game, right? Like, I mean, I think like it's we can honestly say there would be no drill movement in or not. Like he helped drive the drill movement in Chicago worldwide through the videos and everything, right? Like, this guy's a goat when it comes to the videos or content.
Or as he said, big shooter.
Big shooter. I mean, he's the guy you want to hire if you really trying to make that shit pop, right? So I don't know. Let's see if we can hit him on the burner real quick.
If he ain't camping.
He could be in the van. Aubrey, I think you and Nick would be a dope conversation from a creative perspective, man.
Yeah, let's do it. I seen his work. He nice with it.
They're gonna be on 1,000.
Hello?
Nicky Films.
Yo, what up, Tony?
Yo, what up, bro? How you doing, man?
Doing great. How are you?
Matt, Amazing, man. You on the burner with
Yeah.
with me, Rex Cruz, and Aubrey and Beto, man.
Breezy, what up?
Appreciate you joining us.
Man, that's love. Appreciate y'all having me. Thank you. What up, y'all?
Big shooter.
What up?
Big shooter, man. Big shooter, man.
In the building. Get excited one time. I had just had my coffee.
There you go.
I told you.
Ready to go. Ready to go. Nick, man. So like we were like giving a quick intro.
Where you at?
Where am I at? Shit, I'm in LA right now at the moment.
All right, go ahead, T.
LA, big city of dreams. Nick, so we were giving a quick intro on like, kind of who you are, what you do, man, but why don't you give us a quick Nicky Films biography for the listeners real quick.
Snapshot version.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I go by Nicky Films, and that's basically like my film production company name or my artist name. My actual name is Nick Brzezinski. I went by that for like 10 years, directed by Nick Brzezinski. Doing music videos for like Twista, Chief Keef, Little Herb, Little Durk, a lot of Chicago artists. But I really just came up like a kid from the South Side, and we were just skating around, filming each other, and it kind of really evolved from that.
You said Chief Keef and all them cats there. So that was like the whole drill movement situation or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, more or less, like, I started doing music videos, and then I'm not really sure about how many years into it I was doing it, but then, like, the drill movement had happened, and then I was, like, good friends with King Louie and just a lot of people
Katie
that were in that
bands and all them.
Yep, Katie got bands. The list goes on, really. So I was really tapped into that scene, and that was kind of like when all the eyes were on Chicago at that point, So a lot of the directors got their day in the sun, so to speak, when everybody, all the labels came through, and it was a pretty big deal, and it was, really helped out a lot of people for the city, and a lot of people are still, still got that torch, and they're still running with it,
Right.
Right. How did you get tapped into that scene? You were obviously shooting, working with some of these people, but like was there a moment where you feel like you were like, I'm like in the middle of this type thing?
You said what, Tony?
Like where you felt like where you were in the like.
When Mark started hitting your line.
Yeah, like when you start feeling like you were popping in it.
Tony B is halfway
really,
lit, so you gotta excuse him over here, Nick.
At the time it was really just like doing whatever to pay the bills. So, doing photo shoots. It really started with doing photo shoots, and then it evolved into doing, video shoots and stuff like that. And I think a lot of what it was me just going out and doing things without anybody asking me, without nobody telling me, just like going to events, just going to concerts, going and popping out at music videos that other people were shooting, and just really doing my own thing, and turning around my own video edits of my own photos. And people were kind of like, who is this guy? And then at the time I had long blonde dreadlocks, so it's like I kind of stood out.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, this is the guy running around with the camera, and he's turning around all this footage so quick. Because I was just so hungry, I was doing like 2, 3, 4 videos a day at that point,
Yeah.
Sound like you're saying art saved your life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it was just like, if I hadn't done this, I'm not really sure what I would be doing, but, I definitely wouldn't be as happy as I am now. I'd be low key, out of the way, really, but not that anything's wrong with that.
Hey, Nick, this is Aubrey, man. What's happening?
What up, Aubrey?
Hey, shit, man. Hey, I want to talk to you about the process
Okay.
a little bit more, man. And I would love to know, like, when you first went out, and you know how we be broke, and you like, yo, bring your cameras, bring your lighting, bring everything. The first video you shot that was played somewhere, whether it was YouTube or wherever it was, or MTV, like, what was your first camera kit? Like, how did you go shoot it?
Well, the first music video that I had done, at the time I was doing a lot of photography, really like, that's kind of really what I was doing at the point. And all my roommates at the time were like video directors, cinematographers, things like this. And they're like, oh, you're the photo guy, whatever. and nobody wanted to do a lot of videos for some of these smaller guys. And I was like, well, you guys don't want to do these videos. Like, I'm down to pick up these videos and make this extra little money, you know, even though I didn't exactly know how to edit at the time. I had filmed my friends skating, but I hadn't really took it seriously or anything like that. So really the first video that I did, I borrowed my boy Joe Esquivel's VX2000. It was a Sony camera, mini DV camera. And basically he had borrowed that from his boy. So it was like I borrowed his camera that was a loan from someone else. And then I had went out, you know, had no formal training in how to film a music video. And it was like 3 people on the song. I think one of the dudes on the song, I had totally missed him, you know, like filming him. Because it was like it was just like a trap track. So there was just the hood was out and there was like 100 people in the street. And everybody. I know the 2 dudes that were on the song, I totally missed there was a 3rd dude on the song, but I ended up making it work. But it was just one of those things where I had just jumped straight into it, you know, and I kind of just stumbled my way and figured my way and failed my way into success, basically, you know.
Yo, talk about this too, man. This is I'm gonna throw you for a left hook a little here. In my opinion, like some of the best, well, one of the best, I'll say, music video concept directors also started in like skate videos and skateboard videos from that era, from like the late 80s, early 90s, right? And I was 2. I think one is Chris Milk. And then I think the other one is what's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones. Like all those dudes, I think both of those guys. I know Spike Jones for sure comes from like skate culture. What do you think? Like,
did like a whole documentary.
I mean, yeah, that's his thing, right? Like, so how like, what do you think the tie-in, man, is between those 2 cultures, between like skate culture and like. Skate culture when it comes to like video and photography, and then hip hop when it comes to video and photography. Like, how do you think those 2 things tie together?
I think you know you have to have a real independent spirit, you know, to do both of those things, pretty much. And I think being on the street and filming, you know, all the tricks and all that stuff is just a need to be documented. So the camera and the photography and all the videography, it was by necessity that we had to have that, you know? And then just kind of, just having that rebellious nature and that freedom to move around the city on wheels and to do what you want, and you don't have rules, and you're with your friends, and you're with, you know, all the people that you care about and love, and, you know, everyone's just doing it to have fun, and no one's doing this for a check, and no one's doing this to prove anything to anybody but themselves, you know? Yeah. And I think that's kind of like a lot of how hip-hop is. It's like, you have to be independent and fearless, and you have to, you know, be free, so to speak your mind and say what you want. And I think a lot of those, you know, I think those cultures kind of parallel with each other in certain ways like that. Yeah. And then the video and the photography aspect is just, I think it's, you know, skating is kind of an adolescent thing. So it's kind of where you really get your chops as far as like, you know, learning about cameras, visualizing things, capturing moments, and then it kind of can transition into, you know, concerts, events, music videos, and things like that. You know, I think it lends itself well to that because it's very spontaneous. You know, it's very action oriented. You know.
Yeah, man. So, like, out of those directors we just talked about, is there like somebody that you have that's one of your favorites that nobody may know about, or you know, like when you study the greats, like who do you study?
I mean, some of my favorite greats are like definitely like Hype Williams. You know, that was like that's somebody that I looked up to.
That's weird, Nick, because Hype, I feel like Hype has that situation where he's like lighting things like well before, you know what I mean? Like he shoots things like, so it's like, it almost has to be pre-planned, right? Like, so how does that work when you want to shoot things like free flow and running gun, but then you got somebody like Hype that I feel like it's a lot of setup, no? Or maybe you know something different.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would Hype is like a conceptual, you know, when it comes to the visuals, very much like pre-planned and executed and big budgets and big sets and stuff like that. And, in Chicago, I don't think we really had anybody like that.
Yeah,
I think that's why Chicago kind of led itself to the DIY, do it yourself, kind of just movement, and that's kind of how drill music was as well. There wasn't no big studios. People were doing this in their basement, in their garage. People were coming up out of deals out of people's basements and stuff like that. So hype is so streamlined. It was always kind of more or less like a goal, you know what I'm saying? Or kind of something to aspire to or something to look up to, like, one day, have bigger sets and bigger budgets and, just nicer production value. But, that's what I loved about hype was just that super raw, high level production value. And then other artists like David LaChapelle, that's one of my favorite artists as well.
That's one of my favorites too, man. That dude is ridiculous.
So
what you like about LaChapelle, man?
Well, I just like LaChapelle because he takes the camera and uses it as a tool, more or less to tell his stories. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you're not really thinking about him as a person, or you're not thinking about his camera or what kind of camera he uses. You're not really. I feel like when you look at his work, it's very much, it kind of takes you in. It kind of brings you into that world. You're more or less focused on the image itself.
Man, can you talk about how hard that is as a photographer, bro? Like that level of detail.
The imagery itself now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because Nick is right, man. Like,
you don't want to rehash nothing different.
Like he'll have a concept, bro, but that concept has to be extremely hard to capture in one shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would think you go through a couple hundred to 1,000 frames. I'm not really sure how how he shoots, or maybe it might be maybe it might be a couple of shots, especially for the film stuff, a couple of shots. But when I do a couple like conceptual photography with my stuff, I might do a couple hundred shots. It's all digital, like 50 megapixel high res, imagery. But I might do like 300 pictures, maybe like 1,000 pictures, like just crazy, just to get one image. You know what I'm saying? Like the exact one image I want, where like the water's the right way, or the movement's the right way, or the girl's looking the right way, or the gaze is correct, or that the pose is comfortable. It's like I pay a lot of attention to detail. Because I feel like my life is pretty chaotic, and I film a lot of chaotic things, but still at the end of the day, I still like to have tunnel vision and focus on that, and keep that detail prevalent.
Mm-hmm. That's hard.
Yeah, I think that's amazing, man. Like, I want to see what you start doing with like filmmaking, man. So, you got any plans with like long format, or not really short format, because you shoot short format right now, like. You got anything like medium, like, 30, 40 minutes or 2 hours coming up?
Yeah, for sure. I had just shot some stuff with Kevin Gates. We had went to Puerto Rico for about a month and a half, and we had filled up a couple hard drives out there, and then shortly thereafter we had went to Seattle for about a month and a half.
Seattle? That's random.
Yeah, and it's beautiful up there. I've never been to Seattle, but it's at this point it's one of my new favorites. And so we filmed up there for about 6 weeks, and we've been pumping out like little 12-minute edits, 15-minute edits, putting certain things together. It's kind of all stacking together to be over about an hour's worth of footage. So in that sense, we've done some short films recently, and I have like about, I would say, like a full-length feature, the documentary of my life. It's going to be called Film or Die, and it's going to be really on some inspirational, kind of motivational tip. It's going to tell my story with the camera, but it's not going to be so camera-heavy that, the normal person might not want to be interested in it. I'm going to more kind of come from it from an artistic approach, and then I have like about 15 years of footage backlogged of different artists. Fredo Santana, rest in peace. Lord Infamous, rest in peace. A lot of behind-the-scenes content that I haven't released because there was really no platform or no place, or it just didn't fit exactly for whatever it was. Maybe it was behind the scenes of a music video, and it just was left on the hard drive. So I'm kind of going to tell my story kind of through these people as well, with basically different interview clips, exclusive kind of never before seen content, and we're kind of going to put it together in a whole package. And at this point, it's clocking in like it's clocking in around like 90 minutes.
Nice.
But
Oh wow.
Nice, man.
But yeah, we'll probably shorten it just to make it a little more like not too long, not drag it out too long. And then hopefully, once that gets done, hopefully we could push that to Sundance at some point,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then to that point, like even shout out to like, Cootie and Chica, like them cats collected enough footage to sell it to Netflix. I don't even know if they sold it. I don't even want to know. It's ridiculous, but
That's coming out next year.
But to be able to hold that footage and sit on it and
For
then
that
figure
long,
out the
right?
story a little bit later is interesting.
So Aubrey, like from a creative perspective, and Nick, I want to ask you this too. Do you think that's like stuff you would do? Like if you had like that type of footage, you would sit on it and figure out the best way to tell the story, no matter if it took 3 years or 10 years or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's kind of a work in progress at this point because I have a timeline. It's like a 1 terabyte timeline, like Final Cut timeline.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, Nick? You're talking real technical.
It's just like basically like a huge file, and it's like a Steven Spielberg timeline. It's like Jurassic Park, it's like long as fuck. It's a lot of B-roll. It's a lot of different, just interviews, behind the scenes stuff. Big Boy, Snoop Dogg. We got some clips of Nipsey on there from South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And really just stuff that I've been sitting on that, it just doesn't have a place, but we're going to put into its puzzle piece soon and share it with the world.
Yeah, and I would say, too, to answer that, Tony, like, that situation that Cootie is sitting on is a very rare occasion, right? Like, it's very rare that a director...
Artist.
Yeah, and if you remember like, Channel Zero, that was some terrible shit. But, as far as, like, the quality and the technique of what Cootie was shooting was not great. But he captured it. And it happened to be that Ye is his boy, and so he has all this footage of Ye coming up. That doesn't happen, right, Nick? Like too often, like that's a rarity, man. Like you get somebody at that level that you just happen to have all this footage.
This background footage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely was there at the jump. Definitely captured the moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
Did y'all ever feel like there was somebody that y'all needed to capture the moment for?
Who, me or
both of y'all? Like as shooters type. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I'm not a shooter.
I know, but like you're thinking of the shot too. So right, so
yeah. I would say like for myself, man, like I would think like the stuff that I didn't capture it, but we hired folks to capture it was like that Dr. Dre, Pharrell, and Quincy Jones stuff. Like that was important for me, to have that footage so somebody could see it. Like at some point. You know what I mean? But it wasn't about like me capturing the beauty of it. It was just about it being documented.
Yeah.
Now, Nick is different because I was in those pictures. Nick is not probably in any of those pictures that he captured because he's documented. So it's a whole different animal for him, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, Nick? I mean, I think coming up with all the drill guys, like a lot of those pictures, a lot of those videos, a lot of that stuff is going to, be looked back on in hip hop history as, an era and I think
a lot, things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of, that stuff will be looked upon, back upon fondly enough because it's, a lot of kids that are coming from nothing and really making something out of themselves and like it's a real success story and like who doesn't love a success story and then Chicago, it's a rough city, so it's a beautiful thing to see everyone make it out and their footage and their music will live on forever. So that's a blessing.
Yeah, all right. I think that how far you guys have taken it, I think that's the beauty of it because like, Andrew Barber, shout out to Andrew Barber. He posted this picture or a video of Dirk performing like somewhere, and the crowd was, massive. It was like a Wembley Stadium type, like full crowd, like you know what I'm saying, like, and he was just saying that's crazy how far he's taken it since 2012. So, I mean the era you guys created and like how it and where it is now, and like his artists are just blowing up still. Like that's dope. Shout out to y'all, man.
Hey,
But
Nick.
yeah, a lot of people took the ball and ran with it, you know, and then a lot of people didn't. A lot of people did what they were supposed to do, and they're in the position they are supposed to be in right now. And then a lot of people didn't do what they were supposed to do and made some bad decisions, unfortunately.
Yep.
You know, and it's sad to say, but that's just how life is. And all you could do is, you know, learn from it and just try to be the best you can be. And shit, you know, just keep the pictures coming, really.
100%.
Hey, Nick, can you talk about real quick, and then I think we're gonna let you out of here, man, because I know we're keeping you up late. But talk about your process, man. Like when a artist comes to you and say, "Hey, like Nick, what are you charging?" You like X dollars, and okay, cool. Do you like? How do you go back and concept the idea? Do most artists come to an idea, you know, with a concept to you? Or do you like say, give me the money or whatever it is? I'll figure it out. I'll let you know what it is, and then you go back through rounds of work. Like how does your process work from the approach from the artist to execution?
I would say every project, you know, is different, but it definitely falls into one or two categories. It's either the person comes to me already knowing what they want to do. I have the song. This is the vibe. This is the energy. This is how we want it to be, you know, basically visualized. This is how we need it to be captured. This is how we're thinking. Because some people will come to me with a very specific vision, and then we can work together to make that vision come to life. And then at other times, people may come to me and they really don't have a vision too much, and then I'll have to take the song and, like, you know, we'll listen to the song and start brainstorming and concepting out, like, okay, well, we can do this or we can do that, or does this, you know, where does this video need to take place? Kind of what are we thinking? Interiors, exteriors. You know, do we need a storyline? Is it just going to be performance? You know, do we need aerial shots, cars, extras, models? All really depends on the song. A lot of the times, you know, it'll be either like a real gangsta kind of grimy hood song, and pretty much anything can go. And then, or other times it might be like R&B or something sexy or something laid back, and we might have to have a storyline and cast some people and have some extras involved, you know. But it all really depends on a project-by-project basis, because different people have different expectations and different people have different budgets and so on and so forth. But, you know, I'm open to all ideas and all opportunities. You know, I just work with good people is all.
So when you shoot, Nick, do you do storyboards, or you kind of have the boards in your head, or you just like how do you frame everything out?
Sometimes I'll write a treatment. Sometimes it might just list. It really all depends on how in depth the production have to be, because some things don't have to be, you know, more difficult than they need to be. But it all depends on a person to person basis, really, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's the dope thing about Nick, man. He can do everything from a fully well thought out thing to doing things on the fly, and it'll still look dope regardless, right? I mean, Rex knows that firsthand.
You know that.
1,000%.
You know, Nick, man, we really want to thank you for taking some time to jump on a burner with us tonight, bro. All right,
Love.
yo, and by the way, everybody, make sure you hit IG and follow at Nicky Films and
Clout the book.
Yes, make sure you go to the Clout the book.
That shit's
Plug that real quick, Nicky.
Say that one time.
Tell him, Nick, because you know we didn't fucked it up. So go and give him the right info, Nick. Because I'm actually over here head back Aubrey taking evidence and pictures and shit.
TheCloutBook.com.
Give him the real website, Nick.
TheCloutBook.com.
Yeah, it's thecloutbook.com, and then you can go there and you can click on the link and purchase the book, and it usually ships out within 10 days. And yeah, you know, there's about 850 images in the book, over 240 pages, just various different eras of hip-hop, the culture, the past 15, 16 years, entertainment, a lot of stuff to digest in there and take apart, so.
No, definite.
A lot of culture covered.
Definite glad about it, excited about it, definite have one. What I was going to say real quick, all relevant, but remember back when you used to get the magazines and they had the fold-outs in the magazine and they had like the...
Oh, yeah.
Remember them joints?
Put up on the wall.
You can put them up on the wall, yeah. Just had a quick thought about that. Anyway, appreciate you, Nick.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, man, thank you for sharing your creative inspirations and like executions and all that good shit, man. Hopefully somebody learns something from that shit.
Go brazy.
Yeah. No, that was dope hearing two creatives
let's
talk
get it.
about that. So, yeah. Thank y'all, bro.
All right, bro.
Van life.
All right,
Yeah,
Nick,
man,
man.
like, yeah.
Y'all be easy, man.
All right, love y'all, man.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Love you too,
Love,
big
bro.
folks.
All right, we out.
Yeah, peace.
Yo, you've been rocking with Three Sides to a Story. Follow us on Instagram at Three Sides to a Story, on Facebook at Three Sides Podcast, on Twitter. Subscribe, tune in, and turn up on all podcast platforms.